Hey, Cece. Trip, am I supposed to accept you in or whatever? Whatever this is.
No, I had to hit the button. I need to eat. Oh, I'm supposed to be on the music. Oh, no, they'll cut us off. I gotta find some beats or something.
It's going to tell you to do whatever your heart is led to do.
Go get some snacks. I'll be back. Hey, you had these before, Caroline? These little mini Pop-Tart bites.
No, was you not? No, you was eating a honey almonds or something last
I
night.
had these on there too.
You're a
Both
child.
of them.
You're a child.
Yeah. So what? It's only us and Chris? What up, bro? Like, I don't know if us two count and how many people in here, so. Oh, no, I can't understand. But it say 3.
Um, I should send it out to him again. Or I couldn't. I'm not.
I texted like a couple of my kids
No, I text them off.
about this specifically. Like,
I text
we there.
them. They all got it.
Come on. Yeah. Still chefing the crack up. Dope in the bag for back up. Fell on hard times, now I'm back up. About to hit the strip, don't make me act up.
Hi, Alan. Thank you, Alan, for sending me the pictures. Shout
Brother,
out.
come up.
Never mind. Caroline, fall back, Caroline. I feel bad.
Made me kick you off this live.
I feel bad. Jeez, good afternoon. Tag a friend. Share this with a friend. Tell a friend. Tap in.
DM your people.
Message your fellow peers. Let them know we have a special treat for them today. Good information.
You want to give about 2 or 3 of them things?
I'll give you 2 more minutes.
Yeah. Oh, oh, oh.
Alan must like this music. Alan is emoji. I mean, like literally, I don't know if it's a glitch.
Yeah.
It's all right with you, Alan. That's cool. The horn. Maybe another 1 minute. 1 minute.
Yeah.
1 minute. haven't shared this with anyone, we invite you to share this. Hope to be able to share some sort of knowledge and wisdom with you this afternoon. You will be able to use immediately, or that you can put in your back pocket and pull out on the later day.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy DJ Midrange Fontaine. Welcome to Lead the Way Radio, and we are back on Thursday with the wordplay. Now I'm playing. Last week we talked about distractions. The week prior to that we talked about discipline. And so now to make it all make sense, you feel me? We're gonna talk about destination. We're gonna talk about getting there. The importance of getting there, the importance of the journey, and the prep work it takes to get there.
Absolutely. So we want to check in. Trip and I have done this for those of you who've been consistent, and even for those of you who are tapping in now. Go ahead and let us know how y'all feeling. Oh, y'all, and then here's a beautiful thing. I don't know if y'all know, I look at my calendar every day, but it's the last day of April. It's the last day of April, and I know some people be like, April has been a long year, and they're really hitting at it as like it's been a long month for them or whatever. But like, yeah, Trip and I want to know how y'all feel, and we would like for you all to type in the comments right now in this moment. Do you feel like you are surviving? Do you feel like you are thriving? Or do you feel like you are coming alive? And once again, it's okay. It's okay if last week you felt like you were thriving and then this week you're like, I don't really know how to feel. Whatever the case may be for you, let us know. So surviving, thriving, coming alive. Surviving, thriving, coming alive. Let us know how you feel. Go ahead and use your fingers or whatever mode you have to type, voice activated, whatever, and type it in the comments so we can just do a temperature check and know how y'all feeling. Surviving, thriving, coming alive. What's up, Alana? Hi, Alana and Cece. I want you to know I miss you, Alana, and I miss you too, Cece. And I feel like I should probably just pull up on y'all, just letting y'all know, just sit outside. I just want y'all to know I miss y'all and seeing y'all faces at the Charles School. So, surviving, thriving, coming alive. How y'all feel? I got one. Tiandra says she's coming alive. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's more than Tiandra who's in this IG live. So coming alive. You need somebody to talk to. Well, answer your doggone phone first. I'm messing with you, Alana. I got you. I'm gonna pull up. I got you, Alana. Amira, you coming alive? Going through old pics. Okay. Coming alive, coming alive. Coming alive. Thank you to the AMP coaches who've responded. I know we have a student or two or three, I hope, on this live feed. How do you feel as well? Coming alive? Do you feel like you're surviving right now? You be sleep? I know. Believe you me, I know. I'm still gonna pull up. So I'm gonna need you to be out. How you feel, Lana? You feel like you coming alive right now with everything going on, school? It's the last week of April. You feel like you thriving? You feel like you surviving? Which one? How you feeling? Let us know. Let us know. Let us know. Coming alive, surviving, thriving. I got about 3 responses. I see about 8 on here. So we would love to have some active participation. And just because you don't respond, I'm not saying that you're not engaging per se. Thank you. Thank you, Alana. You feel like you're coming alive. I can respect it. I respect it. Trip, how you feel?
I low key feel like I'm thriving, man. For the first time during this whole little situation, man. Like I feel like I'm thriving, bro. I done set some new boundaries. Got a lot put into perspective this week. And really, I think I took a lot of pressure off myself because I realized it was unnecessary. It was unhealthy pressure. Like it wasn't really serving nothing. It was more so like habitual pressure than pressure to actually achieve something. Like I'm just used to being like in high pressure survival situations. You feel me? So like I was just like, dang, bro, that ain't even really necessary right now, especially while the world is kind of slowed down. You should probably just relax.
Yeah.
And I have been, bro. Like, so, yeah, like I feel like I'm thriving, feeling good.
That's dope. Anthony, it's good to see you, Mr. Tony Tone. Anthony, I mean, I don't see you, but it's good to see your name come across.
You see Chris is coming.
I'm not fooling with him. He's been doing this. I'm bypassing things fast.
Hold on. I got a bag in the room. I'm about to put this trash bag on.
He's so childish. He's childish. Cool. Well, I feel like I'm coming alive, thriving, surviving. You're annoying. Hi, Tone. Hi, Anthony.
Me, I'm super fly, super dupe. That was my stuff back in the day too. This bag a little small. I thought I was gonna be able to, you feel me?
Yeah, that's what you
Like,
get. Anthony, how you feel right now? Anthony, it's good to see you. See your wave. How you feel right now? You feel like you surviving? Keep on, Trip. Surviving, thriving, and coming alive. How you feel, Mr. Anthony? I am so excited to hear how you feel right now. Surviving, thriving, coming alive. Surviving, thriving, coming alive. How you feel? How you feel? How you feel?
Staying alive.
Do you feel like you're dying to live? What does that mean? I want to know.
He want to go outside.
You feel like you're dying to live? Tell me more. I promise we're going to move on. What does that mean? You feel like you're dying to live. I can't move forward until I know, honestly. You feel like you're dying to live. What does that mean? Alan, you feel like you're thriving. Thank you. Thank you. Anthony, I'm going to wait for your response. But thank you, Trip, for sharing yours. Yeah, I feel like I'm doing all 3 at the same time. It's a little weird space. Surviving, thriving, coming alive. I'm excited to close this chapter in April. New things are on the horizon for May. So, yeah. So that's how I feel. So, as Trip...
What up, cuz?
As Trip shared with y'all, we started off, we closing out the series. To me, it's like I'm working hard and putting stress on my body and mind just to live a good life and keep on living.
We're going to talk about that today.
I hear you, sir. To me, it's like I'm working hard and putting stress on my body and mind just to live a good life and keep on living. Thank you for Thank you. Thank you, sir, for Mr. Bowman. All right. So the cool thing is those of you who've been consistent and even now those who are just now tapping in, this is part 4 of the 4-part series that Trip and I had. We never had a title because we didn't need one. They just all started with D. And we opened up with talking about discipline. We opened up with talking about, we followed up by talking about desires and distractions. And as Trip said, we are now going to close out. It was only right that we talk about the destination, that we discuss the destination. And so just before we get into talking about the destination, there's a phrase. Some of you may have heard it. Some of you may not. But I'm going to say that it was a new normal. Thank you, Chris, for reminding us that it was a new normal. That's what we titled it. Thank you, sir. I'm going to say the phrase, and I need y'all to put in the comments what your response is when you hear this phrase. Piss poor performance promotes piss poor preparation. I'll say it again.
You said it backwards.
Piss poor preparation. That's what I'm going to say it again. Promotes piss poor performance. One more time. Not really, because I'm going to keep saying it. But piss poor preparation promotes piss poor performance. When y'all hear that, what comes to mind? Matter of fact, translate that sentence. Piss poor preparation promotes piss poor performance. Translate. What does that mean? What comes to mind? Whether you literally redo the whole sentence or whether there's just one word that comes to mind. What comes to mind? Stay ready. You ain't got to get ready. We have one response. What else does the phrase mean to you? When you hear the phrase, piss poor preparation promotes piss poor performance, what comes to mind? A word, phrase, translate the phrase. What does it mean to you? Piss poor preparation promotes piss poor performance. Thank you, Ernest. Master your time and self in order to master your craft.
Riding on E, thinking you about to make it to work on time.
Thank
Man,
you.
this shit is more.
Thank you, AMP coaches, for responding. We're so grateful.
We got, what is that, 3 responses?
Yeah, it's cool.
Say it's 6 folks in here.
We can move forward. They're AMP coaches. We're moving forward.
But generally agree with the statement. I can agree with that. I think sometimes you feel me, like you able to find success without preparation, and I think there is some success that you can't necessarily prepare for in real time. But I think discipline prepares you for those. But I also think that's still preparation. I think she said, "AMP coach lives matter." Just log off and turn in your phone. Turn in your phone. Kick her off the live. Can you do that? Is that a thing? You can only kick me off, can't you? All right. So when we talk about did you wanna bring it back? We didn't share. I just realized that. Bet. You want me to go into preparation? Oh no, you gotta ask me to go to the store.
I got you. Talking about preparation, destination, and that's where we're ending. Destination can be defined as somewhere you're trying to go. Destination can be a new location. It can be a new place, mentally, physically, spiritually. You might have a financial destination. You might have an emotional destination. A destination, we're simplifying it as to mean somewhere where you're trying to get to. Another place, another location, right? And so we're still moving forward with this whole idea of a car analogy because it works. It works. So Trip, if you were going to the store, what would be your process to get to the store?
I see what I need first, like what I need from the store. That'll probably help me decide what store I gotta go to. Cause you feel me, like Target, great, but they don't be having everything Walmart got. So you gotta know where I need to go to begin with. Then after I make my list, get my destination in order, grab my keys, grab my wallet. Depending on if it's a pay week or not, I might have to check that account before we leave the crib. My chapstick, my phone, anything else I may need for that particular ride, and then I'm out the door. Once I get in the whip, make sure my gas and stuff in order, because sometimes you just forget to put gas in the car. Yeah, make sure my gas in order. Then I pop out. I don't do a 5-point inspection on my car every time I get in the car and leave, but yeah.
Right. So the reason why I asked Trip that question, if he was getting to the store, asking him what would he do, what would be his process, is because a lot of times, I'm gonna reiterate what Trip said. Trip shared that before he would get to the store, he would grab his wallet. He would see what he needs. He would grab the things that he feels like he needs whenever he gets to the destination. In this instance, the store would be considered the destination. So that whenever he got there, his process in getting the things that he said that he needed would be smooth. And what Trip and I know, and I know that I've been in situations myself, I'm sure Trip can attest to it, is that there's not a worse feeling than getting to where you were trying to get to and not having what you need in order to get what it was that you were trying to get. So we'll say it again. I mean, it may be worse feelings, whatever. But a bad feeling is getting to where it is that you were trying to get to. When you get there, not having the things that you need to actually get what you came there for. Whether that's you going to the store, you realizing whenever you get to the store, you ain't got your wallet.
I do that too often.
Whether that's you getting ready to go give a presentation, you realize whenever you get to the presentation that you ain't got the final project saved on your account. You actually don't have access to it. Whether that's you going to go do a show and you left your whole everything that you use to write your poems or songs or whatever it is, you left that in your journal at the crib. It's no worse. It's like you going to school. You going to school, you got a test, you already late, you no longer have a pencil or a pen. Or you have a pen, but it's multiple choice. So the pen ain't gonna work. It only reads pencil. It is a bad day. A bad day when you get to where it was that you were trying to get to. And when you show up, you don't have the things that you need. And so when Trip and I were talking about this, Trip and I both agree, and Trip, I'll let you, take it. In terms of preparation for the journey, we agree that preparation for the journey is one of the most important parts of trying to get to your destination. So.
And with that, firstly, let me say that anybody and we talking about purpose. We're not talking about your job. We're not talking about, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that tries to tell you how to get to your destination, they lying. For instance, like, and this is why prep work is important. And I'm not saying I always do go this far into detail when I do prep. When you going somewhere, regardless of whether you GPSing it, regardless of whether you using a MapQuest, if you're old enough, I just put a little bit of age on me. You need to know where you're going. At least be remotely familiar with where you're going, because a lot of times what happens is we have somebody come offer us a shortcut, or we find a different way to do things, or a way that's a little bit easier, and you got somebody on your path that's saying, hey man, if you go this way, I could get you there in like 30 minutes less. And you start to think like, oh man, especially for us who think time is our most valuable resource, which is false. Like, you like, oh, so I can save time on my journey? Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. So now this man got you, and it's not even to say people that offer you shortcuts have ill intent. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not always the case. We try to make shortcuts seem like a terrible thing or whatever, what have you. Here's the problem with shortcuts. You are not always qualified to take the shortcut that other people are trying to get you to take. If you don't know the journey, then you don't know the shortcuts. You don't know that this is, you don't even know what 30 minutes is relative to your journey. You just went off of somebody else's idea of saving you time and saving you effort, right? So now this man got you maneuvering on dirt roads and on back roads. And it's not to say he didn't save you that 30 minutes. It's to say that you drove a Ford Focus and he drives a F-150 and his vehicle is actually made to drive over terrain like that and yours ain't. So granted, you saved yourself 30 minutes. Now you've damaged your vehicle to the point where you have to stop and get it repaired because you was driving somewhere you ain't had no business driving. You understand? And that's what I'm talking about, preparation, right? So when we start talking about preparation, we talking about front end work, right? Chances are, unless you just one of them people who drive to clear your head, because I'm one of those people, you got somewhere to go when you leave the house. You ain't just about to jump in the car and just start driving, right? Most people, you got to get your playlist together. You got to make sure you ain't got no outstanding texts you get off before you take off. And so you need to be looking at, in the words of the Reverend Dr. Caroline Inspires Bennett, you need to be starting with the end in mind, right? Where am I going? Am I qualified to get there now? Right? Because a lot of times we look at the journey and we look at the destination and we rush. It's like how we drive for real, right? Like when somebody in front of you going 5 below the speed, I'm an angry driver, so I'm speaking from experience. You got somebody in front of you doing just 2 miles below the speed limit. 2 miles. Now you in your car yelling, you in your car cussing and screaming, trying to get around them, You done got so wrapped up in the fact that the person in front of you was going slow that you done passed your exit, right? Because you've now, we talked about last week and the week before, you've let the disruption of your current speed become a distraction, and now your desire has become speed as opposed to your destination, right? So again, we talking about prep work. We talking about knowing what the journey looked like up front. When the reality of the situation is, it wasn't the person's fault that for driving slow. It was your fault because you didn't research what time you needed to leave to actually get to your destination at the time that you wanted to get there, right? And you can't control traffic. When we talk about preparing, a lot of times we try to weigh in factors that ain't got nothing to do with us, factors that we couldn't control, even if they was calculated. Like it ain't no calculating other people, right? And that's why focus is important. So let's get to the meat. We done got into in enough. It looked like you had an idea.
Because I was going to say when you were sharing, in terms of preparation, another way to think about preparation is you have to take inventory.
I love that word.
I know you do. Mm-hmm. You got to take inventory. When you're trying to prepare, you look at the weather. You look at storms. I'm from Oklahoma, Tornado Valley, right? When spring come around, when winter comes around, when all these different seasons come around, in order to prepare, you have to take inventory. So you don't waste time, so you don't waste money, so you don't waste energy. But a part of taking inventory requires you to really dig in and realize what it is that you have and what it is that you need. Because if you have a house, they tell you it's a storm coming. No, I'll use the exact example of this pandemic that took place. They said the city is shutting down. They said the city is shutting down. Stores are shutting down. People went and bought up these stores like never before. They bought things that they don't even use, don't even know if they gonna use it. You ain't washed your hands in 20 years. You ain't gonna start today. That's not even a habit that you have. When they said that the stores were shutting down, life is shutting down, the world is about to come crashing down, my preparation was not the same as somebody else's preparation because I took inventory. And specific to this example, I took inventory to what I had in my house already. I had to ask myself, Caroline, what do you already have? Do you need anything? And if so, what is it that you need? Because I had toilet paper, more than enough toilet paper. Because I had food, more than enough food. Because I had water, because I had these different things. When I got to the store, it wouldn't make any sense for me to go buy up toilet paper because I already took inventory to prepare me for these next days, these next weeks to come, right? And so regardless of whatever your situation is, the preparation for you getting to wherever it is that you're trying to get to, you got to take inventory. When it comes to accepting different offers to get into colleges, whether it comes to accepting different job offers, you have to ask yourself, what do I already have right now? That's probably one of the deepest questions I can ask myself right now, what do I have right now? And what do I need? Because then that's going to determine how you maneuver from this point forward whenever you seeking to get to wherever your destination is. And the key to that, y'all, the key to that is, and I say this, man, these car analogies, it goes so deep. The key to that is to not forget. Not to forget what it is that you already have in your inventory. When I get in the car to go wherever it is that I'm trying to go to, I already got gas. So when gas stations are on my left and my right, y'all, I'm not looking at the gas stations. The gas stations don't entice me because I don't need it. I have no desire to pull off on the track that I'm on the straight and narrow that I'm already on and pull over and go get gas because I already have it. And I know, regardless of whether it's a full tank, regardless of whether it's half a tank, regardless of whether it's a quarter of a tank, regardless of whether it's an eighth of a tank, I know because I've taken inventory. I know that whatever I have is all that I need to get me where I need to get to.
That's it.
Because I've prepared. Whatever I have, I prepared, which means I've taken inventory. Whatever I have, I know that it's enough to get me to where I need to go. And so we talk about your preparation. Preparation has a lot to do with your process, destination, thinking about where it is that you want to go to, whatever that looks like for you. Only you know where your end goal is, spiritually, physically, emotionally, financially, intellectually, like whatever that is, only you know what your end goal is. Don't forget where you came from. Don't forget where you at right now. And don't forget where you're headed, for the simple fact that all three of those should be speaking to one another, honestly.
Yes.
They should all three be speaking to one another. And wherever you're coming from, there should be something that you're able to take that can help get you to where you need to go. It's people out here who lost their house, who in the process getting ready to lose their house. People have lost jobs. But because they had that hustle mentality beforehand, before this time came, before this pandemic came, because they had that mentality beforehand, they wasn't panicking like everybody else was panicking.
Nope.
Because the stuff that they had been through, they've taken, we're going to keep this little hustle mentality. Because regardless of what's happening, I still got somewhere that I want to go. So I'm going to keep that in my back pocket, and I know how to tap into it. I know that that's going to be the thing that's going to sustain me whenever I get over to my next. Right now, we just in the now. You got to get to your next. Take inventory, man. That's all I'm saying. Look and see, man.
And I think a big part of that, and I think this is actually a necessary deviation from what we were actually talking about. The most important part about taking inventory is because if we're going to continue in this car metaphor, two of the main reasons why you're either not going to be able to get to your destination or not going to be able to access your destination once you arrive is because you either overestimated or underestimated. You overestimate how much fuel you got in the car, you're going to run out of gas. I'm sure all of y'all, regardless of age, been in the car with a I know my car type of person. Like you looking at the gauge the whole time like, hey, bro, we done passed another gas station. Oh, I know my car. We got about 15 more miles. And now you pushing the car into the gas station. And then you got them one people who fill up their car every time it get below a 3/4 of a tank. And it's not to say you wasting money on fuel, but did you need it now? Did you need to stop now? Did you need to pull over now? Probably not. This ain't about what everybody else telling you should have in the tank. This ain't about what everybody else saying your car need to look like. It's about being prepared to arrive where you said you were going to go, right? And again, the biggest part of that is preparation. It requires research. It requires understanding. And when you take an inventory, it requires you to be honest about what you should and shouldn't be going for. A lot of times we want to reach a destination that other people see and think like, oh, that's somewhere worth being. Or we want other people to see us the whole time we on our way to our destination, or we want other people in the car with us. And that ain't how that works. You know what I'm saying? It is having these other people in the car going to be conducive to you getting to where you're going to go, or are they going to be distractions? You supposed to be focused on the road, and you got somebody in the car that instead of helping you navigate is talking to you the whole time. Somebody in the passenger seat that want attention. So we're not just talking about taking inventory as far as what you packing. We talking about inventory as far as who you packing. Because everybody ain't supposed to make it to your destination with you. Some people you wasn't supposed to pick up. Some people you was just supposed to drop off, right? So again, you constantly need to be looking at what you got on you. When I'm talking about grabbing my chapstick, my phone, like all of that, that's me saying, what tools do I need to have on my person? Now, when we talking about jumper cables, when we talking about a jack, what do I need to reinforce my mechanism of travel with, right? Because those are different things. Me and my mechanism of travel are not the same. My mechanism of travel is poetry. So I need to keep my mechanism in order to keep moving forward. But at the end of that, end and beginning, I also need to be taking care of me so I can take care of my car, right? So for me, it's like, all right, bruh, you need to read more. All right, bruh, you need to go to another open mic. All right, bruh, you need to not do anything. You need to rest and just sit still because you've been doing too much. Again, we talking inventory. All right. And one of the important things that we talked about with that inventory is fuel, right? What's fueling you? Are you putting the right fuel into your vehicle? Are you doing too much with the fuel? You feel me? Like some of us be too gassed up. Car only take regular fuel, but you feel like you want to put premium in your Honda for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the more expensive gas, and you want to have the status of having expensive gas. Every journey not that difficult. A lot of times it's us that make it difficult. A lot of us want to fuel ourselves off haters. A lot of us want to fuel ourselves off the chip on our shoulder. A lot of us want to fuel ourselves off people telling us we can't. A lot of us want to fuel ourselves because we grew up in a competitive situation and that's the only thing we know. You feel me? Like those are not healthy fuels, right? What's your purpose? What's your why? Again, that's really the fuel right there. Why you going to the store? Like that's the real fuel. It ain't even just the gas you put in your car. Why did you leave the comfort of your home to get in the car and go to the store to begin with? What store are you going to? All of that determines what type of fuel you need to be putting in your vehicle. I don't use the same fuel to go to the Giant Eagle around the corner as I do to drive down to Dayton to go see my family. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not the same fuel. I didn't get up for the same reason. It doesn't require the same urgency. Those journeys should not be treated the same, right? Because again, you have to consider your mechanism. You have to consider your vehicle in this case. You have to consider your vehicle. You have to consider what that particular vehicle requires as fuel. You have to think of what that particular trip requires as fuel. And then separate from those, you have to think about what you as a driver need to be doing to endure that trip, right? Those are not the same things. You know what I'm saying? So you need to be examining your internal fuel before you ever step out the house and start talking about what you fitting to do and where you fitting to be at, right? Because I'm gonna just say this plain, and I'm not saying it because you can't. I'm not saying it because you lack ability. Some of us are not equipped for the journeys that we are trying to make. Not because we can't make them, not because we're not qualified, but because we haven't taken proper inventory to see where we lack. Right? Your belief in yourself should be based on inventory, not hope, not what your friends and them told you, not the fact that your mama tell you she love you and stuff all the time, not because you got clout, not because you be getting gassed up. It should be based on right now, my inventory right now. See, and that's, I'm going to give y'all a game, bro. If y'all don't take nothing else, because we only have 9 minutes. Time is not the most valuable resource. The moment is. Like right now. If time was the most valuable resource, then hoarding things from the past would be feasible. You could hoard the past. You could access the future. You can't do either of those things. So the moment, this moment right here is your most valuable resource. It's the only thing you got access to. So when we talk about taking inventory, you need to be taking inventory in this moment, right? Yeah, look to the future, but know that the future is only as reachable as your destination. If you haven't decided where you're going, you just here, which ain't necessarily a bad thing, but be here. If you ain't started the journey, cool. Time is not your enemy nor your friend because you don't have access to it. What you have access to is your inventory and what you're going to do with that inventory right now to get to where you say it is you're trying to go. All right? Like let's not focus on time, because realistically, if you fuel, if you're prepared, regardless of what traffic ever look like on the road, you're going to get to your destination as long as you keep driving. Am I wrong? No, I'm not. So your concern with time is a pressure that you're putting on yourself that is not like, I'm not sure we measure time, but your ability to be a part of time doesn't exist. You can't collect it. You can't invest in it. You can't do any of that. You can't cash it out. You can't sell it to nobody. That's not a resource of yours. Time doesn't afford you anything else. This moment affords you everything. So how are you taking inventory in this moment? How are you planning in this moment? How are you preparing in this moment, right? To make the thing that you see in your head, to make that destination that you're thinking about a real thing. Like, how are you getting there? You feel me? With that though, a part of this whole taking inventory thing, you know your journey. I said that in the beginning. Your journey is yours.
Yeah.
Once people start trying to give you specific advice when you ain't asked specific questions, they perking. When people tell you they got answers to questions that you ain't asked, when people tell you they got methods to stuff and you ain't laid nothing out, they perking. With that, that's really all I have for you. It can only be a metaphor because if my details are mine. I can tell you what I did, but again, our mechanisms are different. We're different drivers. I can't tell you how to apply my methodology to your life, right? Take inventory. That and the journey itself is the most important part about your destination. What you got in your head probably ain't even where you going for real. Yeah. Because thoughts and emotions are fleeting, right? Leave room on that journey. You feel me? Like keep in mind where you said you're gonna go, that way you know where you don't need to be at. Always keep your reference point. But also leave room and understand that what might be there, that Walmart might be bigger than you remember it being. You might find more in there. They might have added some extra stuff on the back end. At what you gonna say, like, oh no, this Walmart too big. This ain't the one I wanted to come to. Oh, that's too much money. That ain't what I asked for. Oh, that's, you telling me I gotta work an extra hour a week to get what I want? Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Leave that space on your journey. Caroline, if you had any closing thoughts, lesson.
I have no closing remarks. Y'all be great. Y'all be grand. Trip, thank you. Thank you for sharing. I'm sure tomorrow at 1 o'clock, there is an industry highlight with somebody in the industry. At 1 o'clock, be sure to check in live on the Lead the Way Learning Academy page. Starting next week, if I'm not mistaken, there will be study hall options for all of you who are watching on Monday and Thursday. Be sure to check in. Y'all have an amazing Thursday. Be safe. Take inventory. Look at what you have. And really ask yourself what it is that you have that you don't need anymore. So, y'all be blessed.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been DJ Mid-Range Fontaine on Lead the Way Radio. Y'all enjoy y'all's Thursday.